The iPhone 17 Pro should be launching in September, and there are already tons of rumors circulating around these phones. So here are some of the new features and changes that we're expecting to see on the iPhone 17 Pro models later this year. Now, the first new feature, or really just a major design change, is that it actually seems like Apple is going to switch back to an aluminum frame. After many years of stainless steel and then most recently titanium, it seems like aluminum is now the material of choice for the Pro iPhones. Now, personally, I love the aluminum frames. They have been on the non-Pro models for a long time now, and I've always just, every time I pick up one, I've really liked the weight and feel of it in my hands. Even though titanium has become a bit lighter than when I was using the stainless steel models, I don't know, it's just like the aluminum, although it doesn't feel as premium, it still feels really good, and I'm okay with this decision, though I find it a little bit weird. Now, rumors are also circulating that the back of the phone will feature glass and aluminum in some parts of the phone. Leaker Sonny Dixon has pointed out that the iPhone 17 Pro dummy models feature an outlined area on the back, beginning just below the camera module and extending to the bottom of the chassis. Dixon says this is where the glass should change. Now, speaking of that camera module or bump, we're expecting the bump, if you haven't noticed by now, to stretch pretty much out to the entire width of the iPhone, but the cameras will remain in that triangular form in the top left of the phone. Bloomberg's Mark Gurman has also noted that some of the images floating around, showcasing that two-tone design with a dark black camera block on top of a silver iPhone, those are, like many renders on the internet, maybe not an accurate representation of what's to come. It's more likely that the phone's camera bump will match the rest of the phone's color, but I kind of hope it doesn't. I really like this whole two-toned look here, and so I'm not really sure which one's right, but I'm hoping it's that one. Now, speaking of the cameras, we're expecting a few new changes, like a new 48 megapixel telephoto lens, which is kind of the last camera to not have a 48 megapixel sensor on the Pro models, and so rumors this year are pointing to that finally getting the upgrade as well. It's not entirely clear yet whether this will be a Pro Max feature only or available for both the standard Pro and Pro Max, but it's just something to keep an eye on. The front-facing camera, that should also get a bump from 12 megapixels to 24 megapixels with a higher 12 megapixel resolution, and photos can maintain their quality even when cropped to a greater degree. So it provides more flexibility in post-processing. And one thing I want to point out on the front here with the display is that we should also get an improved scratch-resistant display for the iPhone 17 Pro and Pro Max models, which I'm always here for because I feel like micro scratches are just becoming more and more prevalent these days. Now, another new feature that's kind of picking up steam here for the cameras, according to John Prosser, the 17 Pro and Pro Max will now allow users to record video with the front and rear cameras simultaneously. This is a capability that is already available through some select apps on the App Store, like Snapchat, but it would now be available through the built-in first-party camera app. Samsung actually introduced a built-in dual video recording feature back on the S21, and now it's available throughout the rest of the newer devices, and this could be something that I could see doing really well for a lot of creators out there. Dual video recording in the camera app would be super useful for content creators on YouTube and TikTok and Instagram, allowing them to easily overlay a shot of their face over what it is that they're actually recording on those rear cameras so that you can get a more natural reaction to the content that you might be looking at. Apple was also allegedly testing 8K video recording back on the iPhone 16 Pro models, which for those of you who have one, you've noticed that we do not have that on the 16 Pro or Pro Max, but the 17 Pro models are now expected to potentially get 48 megapixel rear cameras across the board, and perhaps 8K video recording will also debut on these devices, though this rumor also remains a little bit of an uncertainty. Now, on the inside, we're expecting to see some other major improvements like a larger battery, as rumors are suggesting that the larger battery could happen because, well, Apple is making the phone just a little bit thicker in order to accommodate some of these larger batteries. We can also expect the Pro models to get the next generation A19 Pro chip, which will reportedly be manufactured with TSMC's newer third generation 3nm process. Like usual, Apple is expecting to have a year-over-year performance gain with these new chips, and of course power efficiency improvements compared to the current iPhones. There are also rumors surrounding that all 4 iPhone 17 models are said to feature a Wi-Fi 7 chip designed by Apple rather than Broadcom. We're also expecting some RAM improvements here, going from 8 gigabytes, which is on all of the iPhone 16 models, to maybe the 17 Pro and Pro Max getting a bump up to 12 gigs. And with all of these major internal improvements and upgrades, the last new feature we can expect to see is a change to the internal cooling of the device, with the design featuring a better heat dissipation and of course a vapor chamber cooling system, which is rumored for these Pro models. But I would love to hear from you in the comments down below. What are some of the features that you're excited for, whether I talked about it in this video or if there's something that I didn't mention that you're seeing out there? Which feature is going to make you upgrade immediately to a 17 Pro or Pro Max, if any? Let me know down in those comments. This has been Dan with MacRumors. Thanks so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you around in the next video.